Hello friends, we are going to continue today with our reflex integration therapy series, and our today's reflex is Palmar reflex. Isn't it an amazing feeling when you provide your finger in the palm of the child and then to grasp it? This reflex is elicited when the finger is given from the side of the little finger, not from the side of the thumb, because the control in thumb is less and this reflex involves less of thumb and more of the fingers. Till about 3 months of age, this reflex is very active. That is why even if you try to provide a toy in the hand of the child, they will just drop it eventually, because what is missing is voluntary release. They don't know how to release the object gradually. Between 3 and 6 months of age, the child learns to gain control of this movement, and they understand how to slowly release the object so that it does not drop. The child might start to look for the object around them. Where did it go? Though they may not be able to locate it. And thirdly, they will also learn to try to control its release by bringing it close to a surface before dropping it. This reflex looks quite important. But what if this reflex is not integrated in a child? It does not go away after 6 months. What will you experience? The first problem. The child grasps objects, but their release is not there. So they will just drop objects continuously and will not hand it over to you, will not be able to place blocks on each other or throw objects voluntarily. All these functions will be affected grossly. But in fine motor actions, there will be a lot of problems the child will face. They will have difficulty in writing. Their writing posture may not be appropriate, because then they will have to apply extra pressure in order to write sequentially, to be able to coordinate. The eye-hand coordination will be affected. So the posture of the child will also be affected secondary to the hand function. How will you observe this child in the future? That they are writing with too much pencil pressure. They just don't understand how much pressure to apply. Moreover, they'll be leaning over the writing surface in order to write instead of sitting straight. So their posture is affected, their writing is affected, even their writing speed becomes affected. What else can be added here? If they have to copy from the board, that shifting of attention will be affected. Any kind of fine motor functions that the child has to do, brushing their teeth, buttoning their shirt, even wearing their clothes, donning them, doffing them, putting their socks or shoes, then managing fasteners, everything will get affected. What will be the writing grip of such a child? You will find them either holding the pencil or pen or crayon like this, which is called a pronator grip, or you'll find them using the primitive grip, or you'll find them stabilizing the pen or the writing thing between two fingers and trying to write. And even if an appropriate grip is formed, it will be too tight, because of which the pressure will increase. So what activities will be required to help to integrate this Palmar reflex? Let's first talk about the massage or the deep pressure technique that will help. As I mentioned before, this reflex is not integrated if you introduce the finger from the thumb, but instead from the side of the little finger going upwards. So we are going to target the first line of the palm, which is below the thumb. Over here, stimulation can be provided, deep stimulation. The number of repetitions could be 10, and that can be repeated 3 to 5 times in a day. The second activity involves a simple squeezy ball. Ask the child to hold it at the palm, close their fingers and thumb around it so that the thumb comes in opposition, and then try to squeeze it as hard as possible, and then you can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let go. During this, you can observe that is the child's grip loosening? Are they dropping the ball, which shows that their grip strength is also not good. So with this activity, their grip strength also improves and their hand does not get tired easily while writing. This squeezing activity can be done by 10 repetitions at a time and can be repeated 1 or 2 times in a day. The third activity involves thumb against each finger. First, you can make the child practice it only with the hand. So touch your index finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Now let's take the next finger so you can touch it, so with the pressure child understands which finger you are talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the mistake that can happen in this activity is the child might try to do it from the side, or the child might be touching the pads of the fingers rather than touching the tip. So emphasize touching the tip. Then the ring finger 5 times, and then the little finger again 5 times. Once the child has learned this, you can try to do it with an object. Can you hold the ball between your thumb and index finger? Very good. Let's try to squeeze it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Now let's take it to the next finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the ring finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. And now the little finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Do not be worried if you find that the pressure with the index finger was way more than the little finger. That is how it works, because while writing or doing any kind of fine motor tasks, primarily the thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger are working as a unit, and these two become supporting fingers which help in providing strength to the movement, which is called as power grip. I will leave a link for the playlist for all kinds of different bilateral integration, eye-hand coordination, and crossing midline activities, which also involve the use of hand and how much stimulation you can provide at it. But do work on the posture of the child most importantly. So whenever the child is writing, keep reminding them to sit in an upright posture and then write. Try to use the other hand for stabilizing the paper so that their handwriting is more steady, and this also helps in reducing the pressure with which the child is writing. Hope this video was informative for you to understand how Palmar reflex can be integrated in children. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more videos related to child development, ring the bell icon for notifications, add any queries or suggestions in the comments below, and we'll meet again soon. Bye.